بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear learners, as we were in the lesson number 8, let's see the exercise number 5. In this exercise, we have to read the words by keeping in mind the rule pertaining to the alif, which is occurring at the end, which has been written at the end. Now, this is a word without alif, or al baytu, fil bayti, min al bayti, il al bayti. Now, this word has become majroor due to the presence of preposition harfu jar in front of it. Now, from here, the end of the word is different. This is alif. The name of this alif is alif maqsura. Alif maqsura. Okay. Now here the pronunciation of this word remains the same even if the preposition comes in front of it. See, without the preposition, this word is al mustashfa, the hospital. Fil mustashfa, see, there is no change at the end. It is pronounced as alif only, even though it is majroor. Okay, so its taqdiri i'rab is majroor. Fil mustashfa. Now this is majroor because of the presence of this preposition. Same here, min al mustashfa, no change in pronunciation. Same here, il al mustashfa. In the hospital, from the hospital, towards the hospital. Now see the another example, Amrika. Now this alif is alif madda, or we say alif mamduda. Alif maqsura and alif mamduda. Okay. Now the presence of this alif, okay, what does it indicate? It indicates that this has to be pronounced twice. This fatha has to be pronounced twice, means Amrika. Now without its presence, what it would have been? It would have been Amrika. But this alif, due to this alif, this word has to be pronounced and elongated at the end. Fatha has to be elongated. So madda, alif madda. Amrika, fi Amrika, min Amrika, ila Amrika. Now see, apparently there is no change in the pronunciation. Pronunciation is same without preposition, and presence of preposition does not affect the pronunciation of this word. Okay, here it is majroor, here it is marfu'. Min Amrika, ila Amrika. In America, from America, towards America, or to America. See, this is alif mamduda or alif madda. Same here, Almania. Alif mamduda. Germany, to Germany, from Germany, sorry, in Germany, and this is to Germany. This is same. This exercise is the part of the exercise number 5. Read and write. Iqra waktub. Haza tabibu min Inglaterra. Now all these sentences are nothing but the revision of all the concepts included in the lesson number 8. all the grammatical concepts. हाजा इस्मु इशारा लिल करीब लिल मुज़क्कर. अब तबीबु बदल min harful jar in kalborra is nothing but the ism majroor. Okay, so this is mubtada badal harful jar and ism majroor. This is jumla ismiya. Okay, because it has a mubtada and khabar. Okay, so this is mubtada and this is khabar collectively. Now this sentence is jumla ismiya, so jumla fi'liya, verbal sentence, because it is starting with a verb. Okay, now the sentence which is starting with a verb has a verb and the doer of the action, and sometimes it also has the object on which the action has been performed. Okay, so we are going to study the verbs in detail in our upcoming lessons, inshallah. So this is the verb and this is the doer of the action. Zahaba Hamidun ila Faransa. He went. Okay, Zahaba, this verb means he went, but here doer of the action is present, hence it will become Hamid went to France. Okay, now next sentence, Mahmudun maridun. Now here this is mubtada and this is khabar. Khabar is mufrad here, it is one word. Okay, now this sentence is the part of the sentence in example number 3. Huwa al-ana fil mustashfa. Huwa is dhamirun munfasil, detached pronoun for third person singular, and it is masculine. Al-an, now, it means now. Fi harfu jar ism majroor fil mustashfa. Huwa mubtada and fil mustashfa jar majroor shibu jumla khabar. Okay, now this sentence is again a verbal sentence, jumlatun fi'liyatun. Zahaba Abdullahi min Almania ila Inkaltarra. Abdullah went from Germany to England. Okay, so this is verb, this is doer of the action, means it is called as fa'il, fa'ilun in Arabic. Min, this is harfu jar ism majroor, harfu jar ism majroor. There is no question of khabar here because this is jumla fi'liya. Next sentence, hazal kitabu li Isa, zalikal kitabu li Musa. Once again, this is ismu ishara lil qarib lil muzakkar badal, and this is jar majroor shibu jumla khabar. Once again, this is mubtada number 2 badal and khabar number 2. Here it was mubtada number 1. This is lil ba'id. Okay, ism ishara lil ba'id lil muzakkar. Okay, now here the words with al are here badal for the preceding asmaul ishara. Now the meaning of the sentence is, this this book is of Isa and that book is of Musa. Now to be noted here is these are alif maqsura. See, even though harf jar is present in front of these names, their ending remains same, their pronunciation doesn't change. Hazal muhandisu min Amerika, ism ishara lil muzakkar lil qarib badal. Okay, so this is jar majroor shibu jumla khabar. meaning this engineer is from America. This is the last exercise on page number 46. Exercise number 6. We have to read the following sentences. Now in these sentences, what we have to do? We have to practice the usage of adverbs of places. Zarful makan, amama and khalfa. These are zuruful makan. Amama in front and khalfa back. Okay. As-saburatu amama talibi wa hiya khalfal mudarrisi. This is jumla ismiya, this is mubtada, and this is khabar. Zarf is khabar. Okay, and whatever the word follows it, if this is a noun with jar sign, then that is the mudaf ilayhi of that zarf. Okay, so here it is mubtada, khabar, waw harfu ataf, mubtada number 2, and this is khabar number 2. Meaning of this sentence is the blackboard is in front of the student and it is behind the teacher. Okay, now why hiya has been used here? Hiya has been used because it is referring to as-sabura. As-sabura. It is having pa marbuta at the end. It is the sign of femininity. Hence, hiya has been used. Next sentence. Aina hiya amamal madrasati. Okay. Where is the car of the teacher? It is in front of the school. Mubtada, khabar. Zarf is khabar and the noun following it is mudaf ilayhi. Okay, in the jar form. It is in front of the school. Next sentence. Aina Baitul Imam Al-Imami. Where is the house of the Imam? Baitul Imami Khalfal Masjidi. The house of the Imam is behind the masjid. Mubtada, mudaf ilayhi, and this is khabar. As it is zarf and there is a noun coming after it with the jar form, means it is a mudaf ilayhi for this zarf. This is zarful makan. House of the Imam is behind the masjid. Aina jalasa Hamidun. Where did Hamid sat? This is in the past tense form. This is a verb. Okay. Now here this sentence is starting with a verb. So this sentence is jumlatun fi'liyatun. Jumlatun fi'liyatun has fa'il, fa'il and maf'ulun bihi, or in short maf'ul. So here it is verb. Okay, and doer of the action is hidden here and it is referring to Hamid. Khalfa Mahmudin. He sat behind Mahmud. ذهب عمار إلى المسجد وجلس أمام المحراب. Okay, now this is also a jumlatun fi'liyatun starting with a verb. Here fa'il is present. Okay, so the translation for this sentence will be Ammar went to the mosque and he sat in front of the mihrab. Okay, fail, fa'il. Okay, here once again fa'il. Okay, here it is hidden. The file is hidden and it is referring to Ammar. So That was the end of the lesson number 8. Jazakumullahu khair.